Welcome along to EXFL Tier 2 Season X. We are here for round 6 out of 22. It's the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at Imola. We have 18 drivers at the moment. We will be expecting one more for 19 for the Grand Prix. 18 minutes ahead of us for qualifying. A sunny qualifying, a bit of clouds looming over. No idea what the race will be like at the moment. But this kind of track and atmosphere does tend up to throw some rain in the air. Alright then, we have, starting off, JJ Francis has returned to EXFL Tier 2. After 40 races in the tier, he left a couple seasons ago. He's back, reserving in the Mercedes, out into the pit lane now. We'll see what he can do. He said he's on controller today, so may not deliver the most pace, but he is a race winner. Of course, he won that great British Grand Prix a few seasons back. We'll see what he can do. And he may get promoted full-time to the Mercedes, as it seems like Lee may not be able to do so many races now. We have two people who have qualifying bans, by the way. The Williams of Ridian, who is now using his GXL Dragon account, pulling over to the side, letting the game disqualify him, which we'll do in a few seconds. And he will start at the back. There we go. And the other driver who has a qualifying ban is Thies, who is the driver we are still waiting to join the lobby. So they will be 19th and 18th. Got a lot of work to do ahead of them. But remember, last season, the second and third places, they started outside the top 10 in 13th and 15th. So you never know. Frosty Life in the Haas. Once again, another race where he's going to try and hope to score more points. He was running in 4th for a lot of last week before pitting very late and I think ending up 9th or 8th. Dello got taken out in lap 2 last week, so he'll definitely be hoping for a better result this time around because, Bluey took him out and Bluey's not racing today. Enric, going to hope for more points after scoring his first points last week. He definitely has the potential to get well into the top 10. Warren, you also never know from him, but he's in the Aston Martin, looking to help his team fight for the constructors. Sam L, winner last time out in Saudi Arabia, broke the trend, became the first repeat race winner of the season, has marked his authority on fighting for this championship. And yeah, in terms of the championship, Drifting has led every round so far. He's 13 points ahead of Chubster, 2 points ahead of Sam, as we see. Chubster, his teammate, of course, so Ferrari doing very well this season, who's 1 point ahead of Josh Hewitt. So expect Sam versus Josh today, like we saw in Bahrain, as Sam embarks on his first run. We've got Adam in the Haas. Promoted fully to the Haas after his debut last time out in Saudi, got him P9 in the end. It was a very strong finish. He's now got a full-time seat on his hands. Laser, after a couple races missed as Adam in the Alpine sets the first time. He'll be hoping to score. He's still trying to score his first points of the season, and when he does, if he does, that would be great to see. Laser, after a few races missed, back in the Williams. We'll see what he can do. Great starts, but when it comes to wheel battling, we'll hope it is a lot better. And Josh Hewitt in the Sauber. I've been hearing really strong things about him for this race. Apparently pretty quick in time trial. He's got the mediums on at the moment. We've got Drifting, championship leader then, who's been showing his consistency to lead out. No one's been above him at the moment in the standings, and he's got a pretty good lead of 13 points. We've got Christian, who's looking for more points in the McLaren. New teammate, as Sam goes half a second quicker than Laser. Solid lap time. We're not in the 14s quite yet. So yeah, Nathan in the RB. 2 P8 finishers to his name so far this season as Enric splits Laser and Sam. And we have Yonder. After a fifth, and a first podium last time out in Saudi, he's now been promoted full-time to the McLaren. We have Stelios in the Alpine beginning his lap now, and Eggy. Unfortunately, second week in a row that Eggy will be having audio issues. So he's going to have to race without audio, I think. He got 7th last time out and just missed out on a 6th. So you never know what you could deliver. A full dry race, apparently. And let me just double check something. Pretty sure, yeah, Laser had a race ban, not a quali ban. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I'd made a big mistake there, but no. Yeah, been given a race ban. Yeah. Yeah, Laser's fine to do qualifying. He's not got a quali ban. Right, so Sam, 4/10 ahead of Enric, who's just under a tenth ahead of Drifting, then Laser, then Chubster, then Adam at the moment. 6 times only on the board as we are a third of the way done with qualifying. Dello in the first sector split, already invalidated. Warning galore is going to happen here today. Probably the most warnings you're going to see of any race so far this season, round 6 at Imola. Now, I know there has been reports that maybe the track limits here are a bit buggy compared to others, but we'll see what happens. In terms of qualifying, nothing really that can happen. You just got to get the lap time on the board. And in terms of broadcast, I tend to usually catch when people get penalties, so we'll see. Whoa, going off there, Christian into the wall, losing both left and right end plates. A tricky first chicane and the exit as he gets out of the way of the Alpine. Yonder currently finishing his first sector, 24.3. Stelios finishing the middle sector, 50.0. Eggy heading out again. Josh Hewitt on the mediums, only 2/10 off. So I think he did a couple laps preparing his tyres. So he did 2 out laps, which is interesting. Dello into turn 1 as across the line goes Warren. Adam a couple corners ahead. So Yonder pretty close to Stelios's middle sector time, but Stelios decides to back off. And we'll see what Yonder can do then. Round the final corner, well, technically the penultimate. You got a little kink here as he destroys the bollard there. Careful not to invalidate on the inside and goes P3 with his lap time. Good lap from the McLaren driver, the newly promoted. On 35 points. Alex, or Drifting, is on 67 points, leading the World Championship, diving it into the first few corners. I want to catch a driver when they're starting a lap. Why not? Adam, heading down into the first couple corners after a few kinks, comes the real first corner of the first chicane. Takes it quite nicely, flat through turn 3, or 5. Through the next chicane. Such bravery and commitment to take that right. Finishes the first set to split 2/10 up as his time is 2.8 off, so he's definitely got some time to find. Jeff just said rain in 5 minutes from Josh Hewitt, so we might have rain towards the end of qualifying, so the drivers have got to get a time in pretty early then. As we look on board, the clouds are emerging. We saw at the start of qualifying it was a bit cloudy, but not. Yeah, the clouds are certainly overspreading the blue sky now. So didn't quite catch Adam's middle sector, but the top 9, look, all separated by 3 and a bit tenths. There was a shift there. Someone just crossed the line. Yeah, Drifting. I think improved slightly, but not by a lot. But Adam, round the final corner, up by nearly 4/10, gets a little twitch, but will now cross the line. 2.8 will go down to 2.4. He found 4/10. JJ Francis going a bit slowly there, just in front of Drifting, I believe. No, that's Warren. So Warren was, I think, trying to do a lap there, and JJ Francis may have held him up. Fortunate stuff, considering the rain could be a few minutes out as well. So Frosty, Dello, Nathan in the pit lane. Obviously, Dello's just exited. Eggy goes third. Great lap from him. But we're still waiting for Josh Hewitt to absolutely blitz it, I think, considering he's done that lap on the mediums. But Enric now is the first man into the 1 minute 14s as Sam up by 3/10 as well. They're getting quicker. So Sam L, who's going to get a little bit of a slipstream as well, is going to be well into the 14s. 14.5, 4/10 ahead of Enric. Now we see what Josh Hewitt's made of. Has all the talk just been talk, or is he going to do the talking on track now? Josh Hewitt into the first sector. Let's see his commitment through the second chicane. Takes it very nicely indeed, but slides on exit. A bit too much curb on the inside. 2.5 tenths down, in fact, due to that on the softs. So Josh is going to have to really dig deep to try and find even enough time to get himself back on the front row. That is a great time from Enric. Sam, who's usually taken pole by about 2 or 3 tenths the 2 times this season, it's looking like the same margin. But we only have 11 times on the board, still waiting for others like JJ Francis and Christian, who's just about kept it valid. Stelios, 24.3 in the first sector. Throughout the middle, 50.2. Heading into what is probably the trickiest chicane of the entire track. It can be make or break. So easy to lose the rear. You can see the clouds making the track darker. And with 7 minutes remaining, these could be the last laps. Josh Hewitt then, way off. Not going to improve on this lap. And if we quickly look, he's going again, I think. Yep, definitely is. As across the line, Stelios goes P7. No way has he just asked that. So Chubster down in P9 at the moment, second in the championship, also showing his consistency to be up there. 1 pole to his name, still yet to win. And I think there's the rain. That is the rain. So they've got to get out quick. Josh Hewitt, 2 tenths down in the first sector. And that's going to be invalidated. So at the moment, it looks like Sam L is going to take his 3rd pole of the season. Enric is going to have a front row unless anyone can improve right now. Yonder is up by just under 2 tenths in the first sector. And we're going to see these times slowly get slower and slower. Even if the track has ramped up, we can see Chubbs is up by a slight margin, but loses that entire margin times 2 in the middle. And yeah, there we have 15 times now, but Frosty Life still on the pit lane. Nathan is on his outlap. And we're going to see Josh Hewitt. He's typing, so it looks like he's blown his opportunities of a pole. But 3rd place is still pretty good for the start. Actually, 3rd for Emilia is actually a really good place to start because you'll get a pretty good slipstream down into turn 1. But Sam L, he's retired. He thinks he's done enough, and I think he has done enough. Sam L, another pole this season. And Enric, a front row. Actually, that's a point. Thies is still not in. I mean, I'll invite him again. Because if qualifying ends and everyone retires, then Thies just hasn't been able to join soon enough. Anyway, Sam L's on pole then. Enric 2nd. Josh and Eggy on the 2nd row. Pretty good stuff from them. Yonder, P5. Drifting Championship leader, P6. Just getting out of the way there. Oh no, there was a collision between Drifting and Laser. Laser's been given a 5-place grid penalty. So we'll drop him down to 13th. So once again, causing another incident. Stelios will be 7th. Chubster will be promoted to 8th. There's Thies. Warren 9th. Adam will get into the top 10 start. Dello 11th. And Laser will drop down to 13th, as Christian will go up to 12th as well. Adam 14th, Francis 15th, Frosty's still in the pit lane, Nathan 17th, and Radian will start at the back. Right, Thies is in, and I mean, yeah, there we go. He's heading out, and he'll probably just serve his qualifying ban real quick. As Nathan did put time in, but yeah, it's 10 seconds off because of the rain. Well, I hope everyone's watching enjoyed that qualifier. It was cut short a little bit due to the rain. Yonder's still out there. Warren's still out there. Nathan as well. Thies parking up exactly where Ridian did as well. They will both start at the back. And Frosty Life just didn't get a lap time in. And apparently, Drifting saying on all 3 of his runs, he got held up. That's these. There we go. Lucas apologizes to Drifting. And yeah, there's a few minutes left. And at this rate, everyone should just be retiring. But people like Frosty, their thing hasn't changed since the start. So at this rate, they might be waiting until it ends. Alright, just under 2 minutes left anyway, but still, that is qualifying. May as well take a photo of the grid now. Because nothing's going to change. Still waiting for 5 drivers to retire. Wait a minute. Oh, no. Okay. Well, Adam's still out there trying to do a lap. Goes very wide into the chicane and slides on the second part. Just over a minute left anyway. Wait, does Alex also have a 5th place? Oh, damn. So they both have a 5th place grid penalty. Okay. Gonna have to retake that photo then. Or not, actually, because I know they both have a 5. Alright, 15 seconds left. The 4 people who haven't retired are in the pit lane, so it will end in 10 seconds. But yeah, Samuel's on pole. Enric on the front row for the first time. Great to see. Then Josh, Eggy, Yonder, Drifting, Stelios, Laser, Chubster and Warren complete the provisional top 10. But yeah, like you see, Drifting and Laser have a 5th place grid pen. So Drifting will start 10th. Laser will start 13th, I believe. Because Drifting will get promoted up 1. Because Laser has a grid pen too. That's new. The DNF part. Obviously, yeah, Josh Hewitt did his lap on mediums. Tried to do his lap on softs, but messed up the first few corners. So he could have been right there with Sam. I'm sure if he can get past Enric pretty quick, he'll give him a run for his money. And now we turn to sunny Imola, where it should be dry the whole time. The drivers will load in, change their strategy if they need, the fuel loads, any setup tweaks that they can with the restrictions of Parc Fermé. But apparently Drifting's saying rainy race allegedly, so we might get a repeat of qualifying where we start off dry and towards the end there may be some weather that affects things. So, Ferrari lead the Constructors' Championship on 104 points, 11 points ahead of Aston Martin. And then a further 32 back are Sauber, and then Mercedes, and Alpine, then Red Bull, Williams, McLaren, Haas, and RB in 10th. Drifting leads the championship, like I said, 13 ahead of Chubster, 2 ahead of Sam, 1 ahead of Josh, 3 ahead of Eggy, and then there's like 22 points back to the next car, which is Warren. Or not. Okay, so it is a fully dry race. 32 laps ahead of us. But we got the formation lap first, just to see what tyres everyone's on, get some temps in, and build up the hype. Right, tyres. Everyone is on mediums apart from Adam and JJ Francis. And already Drifting and Josh Hewitt for some reason are disqualified. Oh, and there's a couple more at the back who, yep, these as well. As Ridian darts his way through to avoid. So don't know what happened there between those three. It's weird because usually when two cars hit each other, they both go. But we've got three drivers at the front, middle, and end of the pack. So I do not know how that's happened. Apparently, Drifting maybe went earlier than others and hit Josh. I'm guessing that's what happened. Well, that's what Josh is saying. As Sam slides through, what, turn 9, keeping the constant pace. And let's see what Enric can do. In Australia, he was up there before he lost it at the fast chicane and crashed. And then I think he did one other race before last week, which I think ended him DNF as well. But last week he got 8th in the end. He was driving pretty well, but now he's right up there in the field. And Josh Hewitt is going to have cold tyres. It's going to be an interesting start for him. Eggy as well. Yonder will be looking for another top 5 to keep up his 100% streak. Alex saying it was stupid from him, tried to go through everyone, and I think Josh moved, obviously Alex's fault. But anyway, that's the formation lap. We've lost Warren as well, somehow. So 4 out of 19, not bad. It's going to be chaos. We always expect chaos. Whether it's good or bad, we don't know. But hopefully it's a good race. And now Nathan and Frosty at the back as well. And the two Williams, still waiting for them to put their cars on the grid. Christian's left, unfortunately. So he's going to have to take control of his car after the lights. And speaking of the lights, they're about to come on. And we will get this 32-lap race at Imola underway. That's a new camera angle. Here we go then. The 5 lights come on for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go here in Imola. And Sam leads away from Enric, but Enric's pulling alongside, and Josh and Eggy behind them are wheel to wheel, and Enric looks like he's got the lead of the Grand Prix. The top 2, wheel to wheel into turn 1. Sam breaks later, they make slight contact, but Sam regains the lead. Brilliant stuff between the top 2 until they get forced off, and through goes Josh Hewitt to the inside of the Red Bull. And the slight contact, but Eggy's also trying to have a go on Enric. Sam leads away then. Really close stuff between the top guys as Yonder's trying to have a challenge on Eggy. Adam up to 6th. What a start. Even on the hard compound tyres for the Haas car. Drifting up to 8th. Warren up to 10th. Scotty up to 13th. And he's going to the inside of JJ Francis to take P12 as well. So 7 places gained on the opening lap for the Williams driver. Wheel-to-wheel stuff between Francis and Laser, who goes deep. And there's slight contact between the pair, but Laser gets the place. Gone off the track, however. Christian still needs to rejoin. There's close contact between Enric, Josh, and Sam again. So close to them spinning. Laser already a 3-second. Adam now up to 5th. What a start. As a biggest gainer is Ridian and Adam. And all wheel-to-wheel between Enric and Josh. Josh leaves the space. Enric's back up into 2nd before we finish the first lap. And the top 4 are as they were. Enric getting his elbows out. So was Sam late breaking into turn 1. It was so close to them both spinning and being taken out. But we look further forward to the lead then. Sam, Enric, Josh. As we see Yonder trying to have a little go. As there's wheel-to-wheel contact between Stelios and Drifting going wide. Losing a place to Chubster. And now Dello's all over the back as Warren drops down to 12th. It's getting close here between Warren, Dello and Ridian. And now there's a yellow. And I think it's further behind. It's Thies, unfortunately. Thies down in 19th. He's had a spin as Christian now rejoins the race. Didn't realise I had some graphics left on for the start, which shouldn't have been there. Anyway, it's close stuff all the way down to P13, and spinning around was P13. Laser Gamer. The DRS train was about to start, but unfortunately he's now spun down into P18. Thies will probably catch him a bit. As Christian still trying to take control of his car. Frosty fighting away with Nathan, who stays in front. Looking further forward. Ridian and Warren, wheel to wheel nearly. Down into the final couple corners. Enric's getting his elbows out now. He overtook Josh here last lap, and now he's going to try and go for the lead of the race because he has the DRS as Thies now gets a warning. He has the battery if he needs to. Sam's still using his battery to make sure he doesn't get overtaken by more than Enric. Hewitt watching this unfold. Enric goes into the lead then of the Imola Grand Prix. Red Bull, Ferrari, Sauber and McLaren. And yeah, Adam on those hard compound tyres. Could soon turn into a 4-horse race. But he's sticking with them at the moment. Warren now 3 second. Yep, 3 laps in. Already 3 people with penalties. As close contact, close battling there between JJ Francis and Nathan. But yeah, so far so good for the top guys as Josh all over the back of Sam. We'll look back to the tyres then. Yeah, so Adam, even though starting on the hard compound tyres, has made a brilliant start to get himself into the top 5. And JJ Francis has pretty much stayed where he was on the hards as well. But he is holding up a bit of a train behind him as he now gets a penalty. We caught that one. 3-second gap to Ridian. 6/10 off Warren, who's over a second behind Dello, who's over a second behind the top 9, who are all in a DRS train. And yep, we're going to see penalty after penalty as Adam goes off. Losing a couple places there. Right, we'll look back to the front then. Sam with 30%. Enric fastest lap of the Grand Prix, showing some great pace at the moment. Saw him on time chart like 3 o'clock this today. So he's definitely prepared. But Sam has a little look but can't quite get past at the moment. So yeah, top 9. Any one of them could still win this race at this rate. And Drifting spying a move on Stelios. They're both nearly out of battery, as those two could be dispatched and it could turn into a 7-car fight for the win. Remember Bahrain? 9 drivers fighting for P2. And then by the end it turned to 5, I think, by the end. And yeah, so Drifting and Stelios, even though they're at the back, and you'd think they could save some battery, at the moment they're the lowest of the lot, I think. As Chubbs now gets a 3-second, the first of the train to get a penalty. Look how many penalties there already are, as we have yellows from Laser and Thies. Thies going off there, Laser into the wall, slowing down, but now he gets back on track, so I don't think there's going to be any safety car. Warren and Dello fighting in the middle sector, well, final sector in the chicane now, and that's going to lose them even more time, as now we have another yellow, and it's Thies again, as we see Laser off into the gravel there. And, well, I'm sure there will be a safety car, so it's not like these two have to cause anything. Anyway, they're all in a DRS train, so no one's actually close to one another for a move. Drifting's at the back of it, though, blasting his battery, trying to get past Stelios, but nothing doing so. Dello doesn't have anyone else near here. As Chubster yonder, shall I say. And Sam L has spun, one of the top guys, and someone else has also gone down the order, but Sam Yonder, that was it. Yonder made a mistake, has dropped to the back of the train as Drifting looks to the inside. So as Yonder dropping down, and Sam L as well. As he gets out the way, he has wing damage, Laser 10-second for speeding. And it's all just kicked off on lap 5. Big mistake from the Ferrari driver, who was fighting for the win, was up in 2nd, has now dropped to 12th with wing damage, and he's got a big job to do to try and make his way back through. Josh Hewitt now gets a 3-second time penalty. At this rate, everyone's going to have a penalty by the end. Is Christian still back in? Yeah, he's in now. And, wow, that was close. Between him, Frosty and Adam. Really kicking off. Emmerich nearly has a full 2nd advantage ahead of Josh, who's not got that much battery. They've all not got that much battery. Eggy now in 3rd with quite a bit. Adam is 4th. We've got a yellow of an Alpine going slowly, and it's Stelios. I don't know if his wheel's just gone there. It did look a bit unnatural because he's in the gravel trap now. I think, yeah, he's trying to test his wheel. That's a board. Yellows everywhere. Thies and Laser nearly lapped. Emmerich going to lap his teammate after 6 laps nearly. And now we see Stelios is down the order. So big shifts throughout the field. Wheel-to-wheel stuff. Warren and Dello. Sam and Scotty. So Sam's staying out with that wing damage. And Christian, Adam, then Frosty Life. 3-car train. Stelios. Yeah, the car just looks kind of unnatural as well. As all close contact between Adam and Frosty Life there. Oh my god, Adam sliding there. Really struggling. We see Nathan drift through the 2nd chicane. And now going down the inside. Whoa. just about missed. Dello, another 3-second time penalty. Laser off again. Thies gets a 3. Gets his 3rd time penalty. And yeah, this is just going to continue for a while now. At this rate, whoever wins will be the one without pens, because we see it as Laser's already out on track. That's a safety car. How's Laser crashed? Oh, off there. Okay. But that is a safety car, and Laser Gamer's out of the race. He's crashed at a place where sometimes people can crash, and it looks like all the medium runners are pitting, apart from Adam, who's on the hards. And Drifting stays out as well. He thinks there'll be more. And Yonder. That 9-car train turned into, what, 7? 6? But now there's going to be a bit of a shuffle. Sam will take it upon himself to change his wing. So this hasn't actually been too bad of a moment for him. Adam stays out along with someone. Adam. No. What? Oh, along with Frosty Life. There we go. Ooh, a lot of chaos throughout the order. Right, is Christian actually back in the race now? Yeah. Like I thought, right. So Adam leads the race because he stayed out. The top 5 stayed out, and Adam, the other Adam. So Enric rejoins in front of Adam, so that separates him to Josh, so that helps him a bit. You can already see galore penalties as for some reason JJ Francis and Yonder are close. That was close between Enric and Frosty. I think it's all sorted now. Yonder was obviously ahead anyway. Seen the Alpine of Adam just looking to the inside there. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Exactly half of the drivers already have pens. Warren saying Laser crashed on purpose. I have a clip of him trying to crash like 4 turns before he did. I was put off by a car going through during a fast corner. Right, so if Laser did cause that, after, what, Bahrain, so 2 weeks ago, he was given an official warning, because obviously he straight-lined someone, well, he straight-lined Thies, I think, but it wasn't one of those where, like, you see it coming from a mile off, it was a mini straight line, but anyway, he got a race ban for it, and he got an official warning with it, saying continued behaviour may result in removal of the league, if it's found that Laser did crash on purpose, because I think Warren has a clip of it. Then that may have been his last race. Don't know yet. We'll find out. Well, next week we'll let you know. But for now, we have a safety car. That allows Thies... Well, I would say that allows Thies to rejoin, but he's lapped already. So I don't know really what he's going to try and do about that. Where is he exactly? Is he behind Josh? Yeah, he is. I mean, it's his risk to overtake 8 cars. It's probably going to give him a penalty. So I don't really know what he can do there. Adam's going to lead this restart. And then Drifting, Yonder, JJ Francis up there, Frosty. Then Enric's going to have to try and make his way through because he's got a bit of an advantage because he's got a car in between him and Josh, who were fighting for the net lead. And now hopefully they remain wheel to wheel. They're going very slowly at the restart. So Adam's just got to make sure he gets a constant pace in only his second Tier 2 race. Remember, he did a few in Tier 1 before we realised he was much better in Tier 2. Really close to being wheel-to-wheel there. Look at how close they are. In fact, I think Eggy is getting alongside Yonder there. But obviously, they're slowing down to 40 mile an hour here. As we do see some changes throughout the back of the field. And Adam's going to have to get going soon. Round the final couple corners, we'll see the green throttle go to full soon. But he's still waiting. Now he's gone. Eventually, they got going. So Adam crosses the line to start lap 9. Then Drifting, Yonder, JJ Francis, Frosty Life. Then Enric. Warren, 10 second for ignoring yellow flag. Looked like he may have got an illegal overtake. Diving down into turn 1. It's close between all the drivers, JJ Francis and Yonder. Yonder stays in front of the Mercedes, and we look further back as Josh Hewitt is already... Oh, it's these. So Josh Hewitt already ahead of Adam, and Enric trying to get past Frosty Life. So Josh is all over the back as Thies is trying to unlap himself and maybe being a bit of bother to the rest. Dives deep, and Chubster's now got past Adam as well, who's dropping down the order quickly. Obviously didn't stay. He obviously stayed out. Sam fighting away with Dello as well on the hards, and look at how big the gap is already. 2.3 between him to the top 10. Enric now trying to make a move on Frosty Life. Josh, how brave is he feeling? Does he have the patience, or is he going to try and spot a move when possible? Enric is flying through the field as he's taken one. Now he might take another. JJ Francis doesn't really put up too much of a fight. Nathan 3 second. And now Josh has 2 cars in between him and the guy he was fighting for the win. Frosty covers off any chance of the inside, but Josh still might try the dive. He's going to the inside, and he is going to brake later. Too late, because he hits the back of the Mercedes, but somehow manages to use JJ Francis as the brake. And to be fair, what a move from Josh. But that's 1.5 seconds now to Enric. So that has lost him time, but he needed to make some kind of move. But he's out of battery, and looks like Francis is coming back at Josh Hewitt. And Stelios now gets a 10 second for speeding in the pit lane. So JJ Francis back in front. Eggy watching his teammate hold up one of his rivals. And Josh onto the grass, and they connect. They go into the wall. They rejoin the track. Through goes Eggy in between the pair of them. That was great reactions from the Mercedes. Awareness, that was it. Great awareness from Eggy there. Slight contact between Chubster and JJ Francis unsettles the Mercedes. And we're seeing the Haas of Frosty Life right behind. And Iridian's still in front of Sam. All this battling is going to allow them to close in. So Adam, 1 second gap already ahead of drifting on the hards. Really good stuff as Josh Hewitt now gets another time penalty. As Enric is really making his way through the field. He's driving brilliantly. As Chubster and JJ Francis close, but Chubster ends up in front. That's another penalty for the Mercedes. And you can see 12th all the way down to last have pens. So I think Stelios pitted. These, I don't even know. Warren and Christian fighting away. 4 cars. Wow, as braking late is the McLaren, hitting the Aston into the Alpine. Dello takes advantage of all that. Frosty fighting away. This is chaos everywhere you look. Overtakes galore and some contact as Josh and Eggy fighting. And Josh stays back in front of the Mercedes. And now Enric finds himself close to the back of drifting as we have a yellow. And it's just these, I think, letting people go. That's fine. Warren as Adams into the gravel. Yonder's unfortunately left the session. That's Adam, 1.2 header drifting, who's fighting away with Enric, still stays in front. Yonder's obviously going to lose some time here. That'll allow Josh to maybe catch him at the right spot for DRS. Eggy, nearly a second away already. Chubbs trying to lap these. Then Frosty, they're all a bit separated here. Then JJ Francis, then Sam. So Scotty's, Ridian's got ahead of, Frosty's left as well. What's happening to the connections here? Nope, don't join that. As Josh gets past Yonder's ghosted car. JJ Francis versus Sam. Holds his line, so Sam has a bit more battery as Enric now flies past drifting, finds a good spot to get him, and this will allow him to get under a second to Adam. Enric driving an absolutely brilliant race so far. Eggy now gets ahead of Yonder, who's still yet to pit, remember. Where's Sam? On the grass, nearly, jeez. So he's still behind JJ Francis. Christian, there we have a yellow. I think it's just these again, just letting people go. Really unfortunate race, destroying all the brake boards. Which I guess he shouldn't be allowed to do, but yeah, it's not gone well for him. Losing the rear into the wall. And probably retirement is the best, but in the pit lane, please. Don't be an idiot. And Enric's on the back of Adam already. He's got tremendous race pace at the moment as drifting. So I'm pretty sure the reason he stayed out is obviously for another safety car, which would increase the orders. Now we have a yellow there, and that's I think Adam. Yeah, JJ Francis time pen. Swaps between Warren and Dello. Swaps between, Christian and Frosty. Now Sam's fighting as Frosty's out of the race. Or is it one of those glitches where, like... I can't see the white. There it is. Was it one of those glitches where he left the session and it retired him? Probably. So that's unfortunate for Frosty Light to become the second retirement of the Grand Prix. Thieves goes into the pit lane then. And this might be retirement number 3. Yonder's finally joined back. So Enric, while all that was happening, took the lead. Quite obviously. Warren unfortunately has 19 seconds of penalties as he's fighting Dello for P10. Sam has got past all them lot and is now beginning his charge back. Yonder still needs to get back in his car, otherwise Sam's going to get into 8th now. Ridian, this has gone a bit under the radar. I mean, I don't think he stopped though, did it? Oh no, he did! So Ridian, as drifting now gets a penalty, Ridian, after starting 19th, is now running in 7th without a penalty. And he's got 4 cars in front of him who do, so there's another safety car. Ridian's a net 3rd. What a drive this has been so far from him. These didn't retire in the pit lane. So Enric, Eggy could be on for a great result here as well. Ridian could definitely still get a podium at this rate. Yonder and Sam could still find himself up there. Dello, a 3rd penalty. It's penalty galore. Is Ridian? Yes, he is. As Josh gets past drifting because he's into the pit lane. Now we have a yellow. I believe that's, yep. Chubster and Ridian out to 6 because obviously drifting has gone all he can on those mediums. Pits. And obviously those who pitted on the hards will try and go to the end. I'm pretty sure they can go to the end. So, out of it all, Enric leads as Sam now gets a penalty. I'll tell you what though, Adam is sticking well with the Red Bull here. It's completely unknown at the moment. Warren now gets 22 seconds worth of penalties. I do believe he has a 10-second though for speeding or something. Right, so 1, 2, 3. There are only 4 cars, well, technically 3, because one of them's still not in their car, who don't have a penalty. I'm going to invite Yonder again real quick, even though it said he joined. Right, we're approaching the halfway stage, and the chaos has slowly calmed down a bit now. 5 lappers. I think Thieves might try to go for fastest lap. That's why he's on the softs. So it's a Red Bull sandwich, really. Enric first, Thieves last. Warren fastest lap of the Grand Prix. As unfortunately Yonder's just dropping more and more down the order. As Warren fights away with Sam. Ferrari versus Aston Martin, just like it is in the Constructors. Thieves now gets a pen, and Warren is in front of the Ferrari. Dello running in the points, but with 9 seconds. Christian, only 3 to his name, in the points as well, sliding at turn 4. JJ Francis, 12 seconds of pens. Obviously, he's on the controller. So, yeah, this rate, 6 seconds may even be fine, because we can see, there's Yonder. We can see Adam is still sticking with Enric. Of course, Adam still has to pit, and it is a very long pit lane, which could drop him all the way down to 14th, where drifting is. And we'll see drifting is on his own at the moment, showing some good pace to hopefully climb back through the field. Thieves does take the fastest lap away. That must have been close between him and Warren. It was 700ths. So fair enough. But Warren was on the hards, no? Yeah. JJ, another penalty. Christian and Dello fight. Well, I say fighting. I think Dello went off there, so he was able to get through. As Ridian now gets a penalty too. So then there were, well, not including Yonder, 2 drivers who are yet to have pens. And at this rate, whoever doesn't get a pen is going to win the race. But so far, at the halfway mark, Enric has looked in very good control as Sam gets back in front of Warren 1 lap later. So Enric, who started second, who took first momentarily heading into turn 1 before Sam was later on the brakes. Really close battling, but it was great. And then he did take the lead. And then Sam obviously made some mistake or got hit. We don't really know at the moment. But since then, as he slides, has made a great restart. Leading comfortably. Well, he's got someone keeping him awake. And they're just pulling away from Josh. 4 seconds. Eggy is closing in. And as soon as I say that, Enric has got a 3-second time penalty. And suddenly, Eggy, if he can keep it together on the track limits, if there is a safety car at the end, as Adam gets a third penalty in second. Eggy, never won a race before in EXFL Tier 2. He doesn't even have audio in P4 at the moment, but obviously, Enric is more than 3 seconds ahead of him. But you never know. A safety car at the end could change things, as Yonder, unfortunately, is just struggling with connections. My game is done for. When I join back, doesn't let me take over. I'm just watching my AI. Really unfortunate stuff for the McLaren driver. Right, lap 17. Adam is ahead of Enric. But, of course, Adam is going to have to pit soon. Unless he's just going to try and stay out. Christian and JJ Francis fighting down into turn 1. We have a yellow, and that is Warren off. So that's going to drop him down the order. I don't know if it was because of Sam or he just lost it on his own. That's going to drop him nearly outside the top 10. He makes sure he gets out of people's way. That's an instant corner cut warning. At this rate, Thies is going to get disqualified because of pens. And we haven't had that in a while. Warren, who I swear he said something about one race this season. He said that was the first EXFL race I've ever completed where I haven't got a 3-second time penalty. Unfortunately, it shows because he's got 22 at the moment. Yes, he's only had 4 technically, but still. Anyway, Eggy is nearly a second. Now he's a second behind Josh Hewitt. They unfortunately already passed the line, so I don't think he's got DRS. Drifting gets another penalty. So yeah, Eggy with still plenty of battery as well, as Enric retakes the lead on lap 18 from Adam. This is not, well, it wasn't on, I don't think, anyone's bingo card for the top 2 at the moment. At least heading into qualifying. So Yonder's going to keep trying, because it is so unfortunate. We have a yellow, and that's one of the Mercedes, no? I don't know. Warren's into the pit lane, and that is it, unfortunately, for him. He's going to retire. Too many penalties to his name. He'll go again next time. As you do see the clouds starting to get a bit more darker, like they were in qualifying. There shouldn't be any rain expected. There was no mention of it. But you never know. Anyway, Eggy has found himself on the back of Josh Hewitt for this podium. And he's well within 9 seconds of Adam for P2 as well. This is really what he needs. Every driver in the top 4 or 5, besides Eggy, has laid down a marker this season as to why they are fighting. Eggy's just kind of been there to pick up some pretty good points consistency-wise, as Thies has retired in the pit lane now. But this could be the race for Eggy, where he does throw down his marker for the championship fight as well. It's going off there. Who is that? Was that just one of the retired cars, maybe? I don't even know. But anyway, Adam's into the pit lane. And Eggy does take P2 now. So, the last 13 laps are all going to be about race pace. Can Eggy close 2.23 seconds on Enric and maybe secure his first ever victory in Tier 2? We have lost Laser Gamer, who crashed and caused the safety car. We've lost Frosty Life due to a glitch. We've lost Thies and Warren, who retired both in the pit lane within the span of 2 laps. Alpine, last and second last at the moment. Don't know what happened to Stella. Well, his wheel may have gone. And Adam, at the moment, has just been really struggling. Yonder just can't, for some reason, join back. Nathan up to 12th out of this all. Drifting has found himself on the back of JJ Francis to get up into the top 10. As there we go. JJ just made a mistake and Drifting now up into the top 10. As we have a yellow, and it's one of the Alpines. Stelios has gone for a spin. Wouldn't be surprised if he maybe retires in the pit lane. He's going in. And we might see that message displayed. Anyway, Christian running in the points. There it is. Really unfortunate for the Alpine. But running in the points is the McLaren. Then Dello also running pretty strong in the points. Sam L after that excursion earlier on in 7th. Trying to chase down his teammate as there's a 3-car fight. Wait a minute. Was that ghosted car Adam? I think it was actually, because he hasn't pitted. So Adam has made a mistake, dropped himself down to 4th, but now he's going to be 5th, as Ridian is up to 4th. And Chubster will close in on the Haas 2, still yet to pit after 20 laps. So yeah, I think Adam made a mistake then. No wonder I couldn't find the yellow dot. Speaking of a yellow dot, I think that's Stelios' car at turn 1. So Enric looks like he's pulling about 3/10 on Eggy since I last checked. So Eggy really needs Enric to get one more penalty, as drifting now finds himself ahead of Christian, who may have made a mistake. Adam now gets a 4th pen. Whoa. Yeah, a lot of pens in recent laps for the Haas driver. Really struggling as he lets Chubster now into the top 5. There is a genuine chance of a podium here for Ridian as well. Looks like Ridian and Chubster are going to fight for it. What a drive this has been from the Williams so far. And Josh Hewitt sticking with Eggy. 11 to go, and what has been an enthralling Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. And yeah, it was Stelios' wheel that disconnected 4 times on him, unfortunately. Yeah, so there's been chaos here and there in terms of bad, I guess, some crashes. But for the most part, very exciting as Josh Hewitt has a 4th penalty. And we've seen some great bits of overtaking, like Eggy weaving his way through, left and right, to the inside, to get past, I think, Josh and whoever he was connected with. Josh Hewitt, who made a double dive to the inside, used JJ Francis as the brake, but still got it stopped, to be fair to him. And yeah, Eggy's keeping the pace a bit constant now to the front, but he's under pressure from Josh Hewitt. Enric, in only, his 3rd race, is looking really set at the moment as Christian now gets another penalty. We'll see drifting close on Dello as we have the Alpine. I think that's Adam just getting out of the way after being lapped. So Sam's going to close in on Adam as well. Josh could even overtake Eggy heading into this next lap. As look, Eggy's lost about half a second now. Going to quickly double check. So Enric's only done 2 races. The first race and last week. As Dello now gets a penalty. Josh Hewitt is going to go ahead of Eggy. And Sam L is going to go ahead of Adam because he's finally into the pit lane. But what does he put on? Mediums or softs? As Chubster now gets ahead of Ridian. They are fighting for the podium. It's going to be the mediums for the Haas car. Dello will be promoted to 7th, which will probably quickly go to drifting soon. Christian will be back up into 9th, as he has JJ Francis behind him for 10th. So it looks like Adam will emerge in 11th on quick tyres. And he's got a lot of work to do. You can see the sky's getting darker. 10 to go. We've had 1 safety car. As a Christian... Oh, another penalty. That's like 2-3 laps in a row now. Really struggling. You see JJ Francis is gaining on him. I'm sure Adam, who had really good pace, will be able to close in, but he's got a lot of penalties to his name as well. JJ Francis with 21 of them. Drifting, gets past Dello already, so he's up into 7th. But there is a big gap between him to the next car. So 7th may be all he can achieve at the moment. And as Adam gets a 5th penalty, unfortunately. So, the top 6. As look at that, Eggy's nearly a 2nd from Josh Hewitt. So yeah, Sam, who's going to be gaining on Ridian as well, and Chubster. It's going to be a 3-car fight for the final spot on the podium. The 2 Ferraris and Ridian. If we have a quick look at where they started. Look, Eggy's gain... Oh, no, sorry. Sam from pole has... Oh, Josh Hewitt's gone off now! As he resets to track, he's made a big mistake there. And now... Well, it was going to be the podium anyway because of pens, but now it literally is the podium for track position. Josh Hewitt, big mistake, has cost him a lot of time. In terms of overall, though, I generally don't think it's lost. He was going to be 6th anyway with all his pens. But now there's maybe a slight chance for drifting to gain 1 more place. But Josh Hewitt was going to drop to 6th anyway. Anyway, Enric out on his own. The 5-second gap has now gone to 7. As Ridian gets a 2nd penalty. And now all of a sudden, it's the 2 Ferraris fighting for the last spot on the podium. As we have a yellow. And I think that is Nathan, unfortunately, going off there. But gets back on track. Chubster, 2nd in the championship. Sam, 3rd in the championship. Only a couple points separate them. I believe it may only be 1 or 2. So this is crucial. It is 2 points separating Sam and Chubster. JJ Francis, 10-second time penalty. 34 seconds of pens. Sam, after his excursion at this very corner at the start of the race, finds himself now on the net podium. Great drive, or great comeback from him so far. Christian, another time penalty. So many time penalties. This race director is going to be massive. And even if Enric got another time pen, it's not enough. Eggy has to hope for a safety car or something. But props where it's due for the Mercedes to go 24 laps in, 3/4 of the race without a pen compared to everyone else. He's keeping that as a strength to his name. I'll tell you what though, the guys behind are kind of gaining on Eggy though. So that's going to put him under some pressure. He doesn't exactly have to fight them. He knows he'll beat them. And I don't really want to look at the race director right now. So Enric starts lap 25. It's been a brilliant race for him so far. JJ Francis is genuinely going to get disqualified soon if he keeps this up. Adam and Christian fighting for P9. Adam... Oh! Enric, race leader, now gets a second penalty. So all of a sudden, Eggy's back to square one. A 2-second gap. But unfortunately, it looks like it's going to get bigger and bigger as the two Ferraris have caught Ridian now. And Adam... and Christian. Bit of ghosting games going on there. And Adam will have the DRS, so it looks like he'll be able to pull ahead. But look, Christian has a full battery if he wants to use it. As we see Christian has wing damage. So they're going wheel to wheel, heading into turn 1. Adam, literally no battery to his name now. Goes to the inside, takes the place. As Christian, well, I guess that wing damage explains why he's got so many penalties. So Adam up to 9th then. Goes a bit defensive, making sure Christian doesn't get back at him. And it's P9. 8 seconds down the road is Dello. But obviously he has 18 seconds to his name as Chubster now gets the second pen. And that at the moment confirms Sam will get the podium. Well, unless he gets a 6-second time penalty as well. And unless Enric gets a 9-second, because Eggy's going to, at this rate, by the end, be about 10 or 11 off him. You can see the gaps going down. 2.3, now 1.9 from Eggy to Ridian. And one of them's going to bag a pretty nice bit of DRS. Once they key in on Eggy as Sam L. Looks like he's going to be the one. He's up to 3rd, on track anyway. It's been a great drive from the Ferrari in front of Ridian and Chubster, who are still going to fight for position. Josh Hewitt into the pit lane, onto the soft compound tyres, as we have a yellow at the back. It's just Adam moving out of the way. He's being lapped. So Josh Hewitt has decided, right, the hards are wearing away. I'm struggling here. I'll put the softs on. He's going to rejoin just behind Adam, but P9. So he can still finish ahead of Adam. And it's not like he's going to really finish any lower, because everyone behind him has pens, though, within his range. So he can probably close in on Adam. Dello, it's going to be a stretch. But drifting is up to 6th then. And look at that, 1.1 second. But they've already passed the detection, so Eggy is just going to live for this lap. But you can see how quickly the 3 behind him are gaining on him. Eggy, now you deciding now is a good time to blast all his battery. Well, at least a chunk of it. See the battery between the pair. Chubster 20, Ridian 40. Sam has used a lot of his to try and gain on Eggy this lap. And still stays in front of Ridian. And I think we're just going to be able to finish this race without any rain. Adam gets another penalty. And yeah, really unfortunate for Yonda, who will probably, will definitely be disqualified. And speaking of disqualified, unfortunately, as Josh Hewitt now gets past Adam on the straight, JJ Francis has been disqualified for accumulating too many time penalties and will drop to 19th and last. And then there were 13, or technically 12, because Yonda will also be disqualified. So, yeah, one more and Nathan gets points. And Adam's 12th at the moment. I don't actually know what his best finish is, 11th or 12th. But yeah, now Eggy's under pressure. Even if Enric gets another time penalty, Eggy's already too far behind that, and Sam would need to gain another 3 seconds to do that. And yeah, looks like that's it for Yonda, unfortunately. But as for Sam, He's in hot lap. Eggy trying to break the toe, using his overtake to try and stay in front. Sam is gaining, and the two behind him aren't close enough, so it looks like Eggy is just going to hold off Sam for this lap. 5 laps to go then. 4-car fight for P2 and P3 and P4 and P5 as Josh Hewitt has got ahead of Dello. Josh Hewitt absolutely flying, along with, I think, the fact that Dello has made a big mistake because also Adam's there. Yeah, you can see Josh Hewitt, fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and wheel-to-wheel stop between Dello and Adam, diving down into turn 1. They're wheel-to-wheel. Who's going to break later between the pair? It's Adam to the inside. And Dello just needs to make sure he sticks within 6 seconds of Adam to stay in front. So Josh Hewitt, 7th. It's not been the race I'm sure he would have wanted after the hype around him heading into this race. Was that he was probably going to take pole and win. But he'll go again. Next time out in Spain will be the next track. Round 7 of what has been a crazy opening 6 races. We've had 4 out of 5 different winners. It's going to be 5 out of 6 at the moment. Sam L, the only repeat winner who won last time out in Saudi, is now trying to get P2 on track, but it's still going to be 3rd. Eggy knows he has the podium, and it's down to him whether he gets another penalty. Whether he gets a penalty. Josh Hewitt, speaking of which, another penalty, gets his 5th as Sam L versus Eggy, and the slight contact, and Sam L goes off because of it, and Ridian goes through on the pair of them. 2nd and 3rd make contact and collide, and Sam L now finds himself down in 5th. So now it's all just kicked off, and Ridian's chances of a podium have emerged again. So Sam L went round the outside of Eggy, and I think Sam L tried to place his car right. Eggy may have gone a bit deep and tagged him, or Sam may have just gone... it happened quite quickly there. Don't really know who was at fault. But we do know that Sam L has lost a lot of time due to it. And unless he can get back within 3 seconds of these lot, suddenly the podium fight has changed a bit. We definitely know Enric's won this race because now he's about to begin lap 30, meaning there's no chance of a safety car. We have a yellow. And I think that's just Adam off there, avoiding. Really unfortunate race for him. But anyway, Ridian, he started 19th, last. And he's 2nd with 3 laps to go. Eggy gaining, though, on the Williams. Will Ridian go defensive to the inside? He will. So he'll stay in front. Chubster around the outside. He knows he's trying to fight Ridian for this podium, but can't find a way past. He saw his teammate fight Eggy. It didn't end well, and now he decides the better of it to back out. But we know Chubster, he's a very clean driver, but he had to kind of make that move and fight Ridian because they have the same amount of penalties, and they're both fighting for 3rd and 4th. But as long as Eggy's in between the pair, Ridian is going to go from 19th to 3rd, even if Eggy gets a penalty at this rate. 19th to 3rd. A brilliant drive so far. But there's still a few laps left. And Sam L is chasing them down. And it might not be over yet. He's just got 2 seconds to gain. And with 2 laps to go, you never know if he could maybe take 4th away from his teammate, meaning they'd be level on points. Unless they go up 1. It's all going to change by the end. But Enric, out of it all, a new surprise driver who's going to be on 29 points come the end of this race, drifting 67 will go to 75. So Enric still has a long way to go if he wants to be in this fight. But he has driven a masterclass worthy drive today, bringing that Red Bull, just placing it perfectly around every corner. As Eggy back in front of Ridian, then goes a bit deep. We have a yellow, and I think that's Nathan again. It is. As he's getting lapped by Josh. Alright, 2 to go then. As I think the skies are actually getting a bit brighter now. They're lighting up for Enric. Adam, another penalty. This race director is generally... I don't even know if 30 seconds is enough for me to record it all. Anyway, 4.2 seconds. So Sam, from the last time we checked last lap, has gained roughly about 8/10. So at the moment, it's close between the Ferraris, but I don't know if Sam will really gain enough on Ridian. It's genuinely going to be close. It just depends how much they fight. We know Eggy's going to get second as Enric is starting the 32nd and final lap before he can be a Tier 2 race winner in only his third Grand Prix. Eggy will start the last lap knowing he'll get the P2 as long as he doesn't get involved in any incidents. Ridian and Chubster have to push because Samel is right there, 3.3. It could all change if Sam gains roughly about half a second. He could take back this podium. Ridian with the DRS, fighting away with Eggy, wheel to wheel into turn 1. Ridian is ahead, and that's crucial for the Williams driver, but he slides, gets loose on the power now. Eggy's all over the back of him, but doesn't seem close enough for a move. And Chubster still not close enough. It seems like Samel also made a mistake there. Or maybe not, actually, because they have DRS. Probably that. DRS helped them gain some more time on Sam. And now Ridian's out in front, looking set for P3. Because Eggy's behind him, even if he gets ahead, it won't matter. It's Chubster, the one he's been worrying about. Sam looks like he's just going to miss out, but you never know in these last few corners. But speaking of the last few corners, it has been, once again, a thrilling race here at Imola. And once again, we are going to see a new winner in EXFL Tier 2, 5 out of 6. And it's one of the best, Enric, a race winner in Tier 2. Enric wins the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, Red Bull on top here in Italy. And now we see Eggy is going to get P2 and Ridian just about, it's going to be really close, but Ridian from 19th nonetheless has driven brilliantly to finish P2 on track. Now we see who gets the podium. Samel beats Chubster, but Ridian is on the podium. Samel by 78 thousandths beats his teammate. They are level on points, the two Ferraris in the standings. Enric wins, Eggy second. That's a lot of points for the Mercedes. What a drive from Ridian for the podium. And then the two Ferraris behind, drifting P6, Josh Hewitt P7, Adam P8, Dello crosses the line and by just under 2 seconds misses out, but it's double points for Sauber. And, well, I mean, Yonder... Wait, Yonder's back in his car! Oh! As Nathan's out, I think he... I don't know if that was a glitch or after, whatever. Yonder's back in his car! And after all that, the two McLarens are going to be a 10th and 11th, but I think they're going to swap because of that. Christian crosses the line, but Yonder is going to get a point. And I guess that point will stay because as much as he didn't do a lot of the race, it wasn't really his fault. And he still got a point in the end. And driver of the day, rightly so, I think, is Ridian for P3. Might even be P2, I don't know, because obviously Eggy and Sam had that incident. But I think 100% Enric has won this race. And what a race to win. What a flip. That's a new one. Eggy apologising to Sam, so it may have been Eggy's fault. And Lee called it as well, fair enough. Right. 20... Oh my god! They've broken the race director! There was that many! Oh my... Well, that's kind of an issue, but... Oh my god. I've never seen that before. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be able to get you a pen because someone walked in front of your TV. Enric is on Xbox. Let's go. Right, so Enric, Scotty, and Eggy. I think I have Eggy on Xbox, but oh my god, yeah. Let's do the interviews. Right, Enric, invite, Ridian, Invite. There it is. Eggy. Invite. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Unbelievable. Right, we have the race winner and P3 joining the party at the moment, still awaiting Eggy. My God. All right, we'll wait for Egg, but there he is. Right. Ridian, are you there, mate?
Yep, just about.
Have you
Just about.
have you included your audio?
Yep.
Okay.
Didn't think I'd be doing
Enric,
that
are you there,
today.
mate?
Hello.
Enric, are you there? Hello. Have you included your audio, mate? Okay. Sven, are you there, mate? Hello. Have you included your audio? All right. Wow. That was a crazy race, which saw these three amazing drivers finish in the top three. We'll start off with Enric, the race winner, the maiden win for you, Enric. What a race. In only your third Tier 2 Grand Prix, you have delivered a commanding, brilliant drive. You qualified second, which was great after an early, after the qualifying was cut short. And then you challenged for the lead into turn one, didn't quite get it, but then got it a few laps later. And then made your way through all the people who stayed out brilliantly. Fought with Adam a little bit before he pitted, and then you were untouched from there. How are you feeling, and what were your feelings about the race? It definitely does. And yeah, as much as the second stint was boring, it was a commanding drive from, I think when Eggy got to second, it was 5 seconds. And by the end of the race, it was nearly triple that. So amazing race pace. You obviously got a bit unlucky in Australia with the crash at the fast chicane. Last week, you got your first points in Saudi. And then this week, wow, amazing drive and thoroughly deserved win. Well done. Moving on to second place, Sven. Hello. So you were, besides Yonder, but he was disconnected for most of the race. You were the only driver to not get a penalty there. I do have to quickly ask, how many warnings were you on? One. Wow. I mean, that deserves a round of applause, considering everyone else got quite a lot of penalties.
Can I?
Um, oh, fair enough.
Can I
You
add?
must have
I
just
had
slowed down
I
enough, yeah?
had no warnings until Josh Hewitt said I'd get one, and then I got 6 seconds afterwards. So I'm convinced that
Oh my
fucker cursed me.
God. Anyway, Eggy, you drove brilliantly as well. You started fourth, and you also had to make your way through the guys who stayed out. You fought with Josh, and then you had a pretty nice gap. Obviously, you were a bit too far away from Enric with his penalties to stick within, but it's still a brilliant P2 finish. And then obviously the guys behind caught you, but you knew you obviously with their penalties would get second. I do just have to quickly highlight the incident with you and Sam. What happened? Yeah. Uh, well, even if you get 5 seconds, I think yeah, you obviously still beat six. Yeah, you still beat Ridian and Chubster, but Sam L had 3 seconds, but he was like 3 seconds off you lot anyway. So yeah, I think actually you do still get second, even if you get a pen. So that's fine. But besides that, a big haul of points for you. You gain on Chubster and Josh Hewitt and drifting, so that definitely puts you higher up in the standings, which I think you needed by this point. You've been pretty consistent, but a race like this is definitely going to help you out. So very well done. Just going back to Enric real quick. What are your thoughts on Spain next week? How are you around there? Ooh, okay. Yep. And same question to you, Sven. How's Spain for you? Actually, I think the more important question is, are you going to have audio for next week? Okay, good. Okay, that's good. I mean, even 2 weeks without audio, you've scored a seventh and a second, so really good stuff. Even while battling those kind of issues. So well done to the pair of you. But not gonna lie, driver of the day, like the game gave, and what a drive for P3, Ridian Scott. Oh my god, I saw you were shaking. I think in that video you sent.
Maybe.
What a
Just
drive
bit.
from you.
Fucking
So you
hell.
started 19th because obviously you had a qualifying ban. You
Thanks,
were
Score.
up to 12th by the end of the first lap. You did pit, right, under the safety car?
Yep.
Or did you stay out?
Yep.
You did, right. And then, bit by bit, you made your way through. You went a bit under the radar, I'm not going to lie. When you were up to 7th and didn't have a penalty, that's when I realised, because nearly everyone else did. And then, right there, I was thinking, you can get a podium here.
Mm.
And then, obviously, you got a pen, and then another. But then things happened. Even the incident with Eggy and Sam made you swipe into second. And I didn't really see you do anything wrong that race. But anyway, how are you feeling? What a drive.
I'm fucking exhausted. I can't lie. Oh my god. Like
That was
I
it. You
can't
did
remember
you
the
did
last time I was this happy after the league race, man. Like the amount of
a
shit I've
Leclerc
had.
from Abu Dhabi, 19th to 3rd.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Man.
amazing.
I've been league racing for over like 4 or 5 years now. That's probably
Yep.
one of my best ever drives.
Definitely.
Spar's up there, but I think this is my top it
Yeah,
because I went from
17th to 1st,
19th. Yeah.
but
Oh, my
19th to
fucking
3rd.
God.
It's the same thing. You gain
Yeah.
16 positions in both of them. Make this man start outside the top 10, he'll be on the podium.
If I'm
I
being honest,
swear
I think
down.
that's the first time I've started outside the top 10 this season.
Oh my god.
It's just a curse,
Well,
but it's a blessing in disguise.
nonetheless, exactly. Nonetheless, you've driven amazing today,
Mm.
so you should be very happy with the podium. You made some pretty good moves. You
It
had
was
really
more
good
the
pace.
setup that helped me. I decided to run
Yeah,
lower
exactly.
wings than everyone else, and for some reason, these lower wings really helped my tires. Like, at the end of the race with like
Oh, fair.
20% on all my tires. Like, it
Yeah.
was that good. Like, yeah, it was just, yeah, I didn't even expect me to be up there as well. Kind of going off your old point. Like, I was just,
Yeah, those
I was
races
never
where you don't
expecting it.
expect yourself to be up there, but
Mm.
you are one of the
Yeah.
best feelings.
I was
And
aiming
it's
to
great
just
to see.
beat Maha and get like fourth at most,
Chubster,
and then
yeah.
then I saw Josh ahead who had 9 seconds pent, and then this is like lap 20-ish. And then I realized,
Yeah.
holy shit, I could get a podium. And then
And then
yeah,
obviously Josh lost it. And even when Sam was with you lot, obviously Enric was going to win, Eggy was going to get second, and because Sam had 3 seconds,
Yeah.
it looked like he was going to get third.
I
And
had
then
to
that
just
incident
try
happened.
and play
What
it
was the
as
reaction?
I had to just try and
When-
play that all as good as I could. And yeah, I guess
Yeah,
you're going
yeah.
to say when Sam and Eggy crashed. And I was on a call with Seb at the time, and I
right.
squealed like a pig. I'm so glad I'm streaming, but I didn't include a mic, so you can't hear. I squealed
It
like a
must have-
fucking pig.
It must have been very nervous those last few laps because you can see in the
Mate.
top left your leaderboard and
Yeah.
see Sam like 3.6, 3.7.
Oh, that was like the last laps, and I had like a touch of oversteer in the final two corners. I was shitting it.
Yeah.
I've actually
You
got a foot
needed
cramp
to
right
get
now.
that move on Eggy
My
on the
foot
last
is
lap
actually
and you
fucking
did it.
cramped after that.
Oh. Anyway, congratulations to all three of you. You all deserve that. Great result. Imola does usually always serve up something pretty unique. And yeah, final question. Ridian, how do you feel about Spain next week?
I've done one league race in Spain, and I won from 12th.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you actually win within the top 10?
I don't think I can. I generally don't.
We will find. Yeah, if you get in the qualified top 10, hit someone who's near you and get a good pen or something.
Yeah.
But that has been the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix round 6. 5 out of 6 different winners. so far. Well done to Enric. Well done to Eggy. Well done to Ridian. We will see you next time out for the
Oh,
Spanish Grand Prix.
wait! Don't end this yet. Don't end
Yeah,
yet.
what?
I forgot. I want to shout out Lee because he at the start of the race he
Oh yeah,
said
of course.
yeah, and I
Shout out
nearly
to
forgot that. Start Lee because he predicted me
GXO
to finish
Hallam or
Lee.
Lee. He
Yeah.
predicted that Ridian would get P3 at the end or podium, and he got just that. So
Just
yeah.
about got there. Holy shit.
Well done, Lee, and well done to our top three.